Okay, I just realized I'm doing this one. Let's do this. Alrighty. Hello, humans. Welcome to my channel. I need to check. I don't actually know how I'm going to be able to check. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Where are we now? Sorry, there was a screenshot. Okay, so if I'm zooming, yeah, okay. So zooming into the camera doesn't actually make a zoom, apparently. Makes sense. Hi, welcome to the chat. We're doing this live. We're learning as we're going, and we're figuring it out along the way. I'm going to start with getting you guys a chair so I can scoot you a little bit closer. And then we can start this super cool topic. Now, I was going to do a professional video that involved a lot more, planning and recording and editing and all of that fun business. But the construct of that was we were going to have a clinic be part. Okay, we are seemingly skewed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it. I don't know if it's an angle thing. Is that better? Seemingly. Okay, the TV is also seemingly skewed because it is on a mount, but obviously I've got no knowledge. I'm hoping that's good. And then this is going to be so interesting because we're literally just going to have my notes be on the back. I'm going to be making notes as we're discussing this topic and taking it as it goes. I think I do want to grab a seat over here. However, I'm a little bit cold. It is a bit cold today. So I'm just going to grab a blanket. We are in the middle of winter. I'm sitting down and yeah, since I'm not moving, my body is obviously going to get a little bit colder. For those of you that have just joined or are still not quite sure what's happening today, here is a little bit of a backstory. Long story short, I was on a live yesterday on TikTok and we just had such a good time doing makeup and I did a full Slay Queen kind of a moment in the live. I feel like the makeup was really giving at a point and then I lost my confidence in the look that I was doing. But it all circled back to one comment that had me thinking. And the person had no ill intentions. I'm going to make that super duper clear from what I took from the comment at least. I believe it was actually meant in a very kind way. But they basically said I would look so hot with lip filler. And I was like, dang girl, I really would. I really, really do feel like I would look very hot with lip filler. I also want to check how I can let's do live chat on the side. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's on subscriber mode. Okay, you guys can see the comments on the comment section, I believe. Sorry, those of you that are watching the recording of this is a live episode. I've decided that all of my podcast style videos, I want to do a bit more in a live kind of a fashion. Potentially even other types of content available on my channel. I want to start doing live. It depends. I don't know on what, but it depends. So this is very casual. As I said, if the business was going to be part of this video, which the business did not inspire this topic, but as soon as I started doing the research, I realized it is so perfectly aligned to promote someone that I deeply care about and to promote their business because this is a topic potentially want to go to a professional if they do decide to get lip fillers and so on. Which actually, this whole time I've been talking, I could have done this. How do I do it? Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's so cool. Okay, we're doing that in the future, I feel like. The thumbnail as my intro little display. I talk a lot. And I feel like a lot of you will join along the way in me talking a lot. And I also do want to start creating Afrikaans videos because I'm doing this one in English, but I really feel like as I'm going, I want to think about doing an Afrikaans. Actually, let's do it. I'm going to tell chat so long to now an Afrikaans version, please. Because essentially I can still use my same notes. Wait. Flip. Sure, guys, you're the processor, the process and the progress. Maybe we should do the research together as well. Like maybe I should. Would you guys actually just let me know? Let me know if you're watching this. If you would like to see the background of me doing the research and stuff. I feel like it's unnecessary, but I can show you. I don't mind. Okay. Let's gather our thoughts back. When I received the comments saying I would look so hot, I have always wanted to get lip filler. I've always wanted to get my brows done. I've always wanted to get a nose job. I've always wanted to get, at a point in high school at least, I wanted to get a boob job. I've wanted to get my lower rib case, like my ribs removed. I've wanted to have my legs extended. I've wanted to have hair implants. I can go on. Like, I've had so many things that I've wanted to do to my body to modify what I look like. And immediately when I got the comment, it shot me back to, wow, I really do want a little bit fuller lips, like I do want to have a little bit of a bigger lip moment, but why? And is this actually something that I want to get done? So that's where it started. I feel like I just want to tilt you guys down a little bit so that the top of the screen is kind of the top of the, like, does that, yeah, I feel like that makes more sense. And I did a little bit of research on beauty and aesthetics, and I literally just is beauty and aesthetics and the industry of it and how is it shaped. And I had so many questions regarding the topic that I didn't even know where to start. So I consulted my bestie ChatGPT, and hand in hand, phone in hand, laptop in hand, we built this chat. And I've experienced extreme frustration this morning, extreme frustration because of what I wanted to put out there, and ChatGPT was just not doing it fast enough. I was like, in the end of the day, I can't rely on ChatGPT to do this, that, and the other. Oh no, my connection is poor. Stop it. And then, okay, hold on, I'm putting off my Wi-Fi. I just basically wanted to take you guys along on learning about the topic and discussing it. And I thought, you know what, I wanted to do it with my camera. I wanted to do it with my Wacom tablet, and I wanted to have professional slides and all of that. Like, I had this image, but it took away from the idea of, I just want to do this. Like, in the end of the day, if you enjoy this topic, if you enjoy chatting, if you enjoy listening to my voice, it doesn't really matter what my visuals are behind me. It just adds to the video. I think I want to set that as my standard for this channel going forward. I don't think I'll necessarily remove my previous videos because it is a part of me and it's part of my YouTuber journey. You know. Yeah, man.
When an ugly style. Shop.
I did not approve this. This is not part of the video. You see now, technology, not technology. Guys, I can get so frustrated with stuff like this. Now I have to find the TV remote and convince this TV to work. When must I do such? And how must I do such? Like, why are you not working? Oh, yeah, this is a lot though. I don't know where the remote for the TV is. And it's not picking up. See, this is why we record content. But then you guys don't see the struggle I go through on a daily basis to just be here. Yeah, man, where is the remote? I've had such a horrible morning. Like, I'm not even gonna, I have had it this morning with technology failing me in so many ways. Wait, it's not. Why are you not picking up? Do I need to have the Wi-Fi on? Is that the problem? Oh, I think it's because I put the Wi-Fi off. Well, now we know. The more you know. Yo, this is a learning journey. It's a learning journey. It's a learning curve, okay? And by the way, if any of the topics that I ever chat about are interesting to you and you want to do it on a production level, I can do that. It's just if I'm not being paid, I'm going to sit here in my blanket and I'm going to just do it in a cozy way. So, without further ado, let's get started. I feel like I also have notes on my intro. So do you guys want the official planning notes? Oh, I was supposed to start this with bigger lips have always been on my wish list. But yeah, we talked a bit much. Hello humans, I'm Glitterbomb and welcome back to my channel. Today we're kicking off season 1 of Learning Adventures with Glitterbomb, where we explore fascinating topics together, ask big questions, and learn through curiosity rather than assumptions. I would love to have this stay here. If I did it in portrait, then theoretically speaking, right? We're yellow. Okay. Okay, wait. No, that. Wait, but. Oh. Oh, no, that's. Okay, it's not working. Oh, no, but it is working. No, that's exactly what I want. Hello? Anyway. Girl. Sorry, ek vra hartlik om verskoning. This is why I'm doing it live, just by the way. The amount of stuff that I struggle with when I haven't done 17 run-throughs of the process, it takes so much longer. Hello humans, I'm Glitterbomb and welcome back to my channel. Today we're kicking off season 1 of Learning Adventures with Glitterbomb, where we explore fascinating topics together, ask big questions, and learn through curiosity rather than assumptions. Here's the thing, I'm not an expert in most of the topics you'll find on this channel. In fact, this season is probably about 1% of what you can expect from my content. 1 month, I might be learning about facial aesthetics. The next, I could be diving into psychology, fashion, architecture, wildlife, business, history, gardening, or something completely random that captured my attention at 2 a.m. If I'm curious about it, we're probably going to learn about it together. For our very first learning adventure, we're exploring understanding facial aesthetics, not because I have all the answers, but because I have a lot of questions. Why do we want to change our appearance? Where does confidence end and comparison begin? How much of beauty is biology and how much is culture? What does natural beauty actually mean? Should everyone get cosmetic procedures? And how much of what we believe about beauty has been shaped by social media? Before we talk about skincare, makeup, cosmetic procedures, or facial aesthetics, we need to ask a much deeper question. Why do humans care so much about appearance? The answer isn't just one thing. It's a combination of biology, psychology, culture, and personal identity. Let's explore each one. Evolution and first impressions. Let's go back thousands of years, long before mirrors, Instagram, or beauty influencers existed. Humans were already making split-second judgments about one another. From an evolutionary perspective, our brain developed two... we reevaluate. From an evolutionary perspective, our brains developed to quickly assess whether another person appeared healthy, capable, and safe. We naturally notice things like clear skin, facial symmetry, healthy hair, good posture, and bright eyes. Not because they were beautiful in the modern sense, but because they could signal health and vitality. Even today, our brains form first impressions in a fraction of a second. Those impressions aren't always accurate, but they're automatic. It's simply how human perception works. That doesn't mean attractive people are better people. It means our brains are constantly making predictions based on visual information. Then we're looking at accepting and belonging, which, by the way, back at it, please sit. Can you sit? Look at me. I feel like I love reading it like this and it like sounding professional, but I also want to have it be a bit more relaxed and discussion based. It's gonna like obviously take time for me to get used to that, but I feel like the balance potentially between the professional side and then the chatty side could also be good. I don't know. Maybe I should just chat to you guys though. Like maybe I should just try and chat, like try my best to do it in a chat way, even though I am reading my notes. Let me take that, you know? Humans are, oh, I can't. I don't know how to like say something in such a natural way because it's not my own words. Humans are incredibly social creatures. For most of history, belonging to a group wasn't just comforting. It was essential for survival. Because of this, our brains are deeply wired to seek acceptance. Sometimes changing our appearance has very little to do with vanity and everything to do with fitting in. We wear similar clothes to our friends. We adopt hairstyles that are popular. We follow trends. We adjust our appearance to match the communities we want to belong to. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's simply part of being human. The important question is, are we expressing ourselves or hiding ourselves? When we look at self-expression, appearance isn't only about attractiveness. It's also communication. Before we say a word, our appearance tells a story. Our hairstyle, our clothing, our tattoos, our makeup, our jewelry, our posture, even our facial expressions. Every one of these choices communicates something about who we are or who we want others to believe we are. Sometimes changing our appearance isn't about becoming prettier, it's about becoming more ourselves. Then we've got insecurity. Of course, not every change comes from confidence. Sometimes it comes from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of aging, fear of not being enough, fear of looking different. Insecurity itself isn't unusual. Almost everyone experiences it at some point. The danger comes when we believe changing our appearance is the only way we'll finally feel worthy. Because if our confidence depends entirely on how we look, we'll always find something new to fix. Personal choice. This could potentially be the most important point out of everything I'm going to say today. People change their appearances for various reasons. Some wear makeup because it's creative, like me, sometimes. Some because it boosts their confidence. It used to, for me at least. Some color their hair because it's fun. Been there, done that. Some have cosmetic procedures because they've thought about them for years. And that right there is me. Potentially, if I do decide to go through with getting fillers. Others choose to do absolutely nothing. None of these choices automatically make someone shallow, insecure, empowered, or confident. The reason behind the choice often matters far more than the choice itself. Two people can make the exact same decision for completely different reasons. So why do we want to change our appearance? There isn't one answer. We do it because we're human, because we're social, because we express ourselves visually, because we want to belong, because we notice beauty, because sometimes we're insecure, and because we simply enjoy becoming the version of ourselves that feels the most authentic. Wanting to look good isn't strange, it's normal. The real question isn't whether we should care about our appearances. It's this. If wanting to look good is completely normal, when does it stop being healthy? We're going to now move to the next topic, where we're going to answer the question of where does confidence end and comparison begin? Confidence should come from knowing your worth. Comparison comes from believing your worth depends on someone else's appearance. If wanting to improve your appearance is perfectly normal, when does it stop being healthy for you? The answer often lies in one simple distinction. Confidence comes from knowing your worth. What? Technical difficulties? I feel like I added my words twice. Why'd she do that? What? Okay. Okay, I just repeated the question. Anyway, I don't know where we were, but basically, like everything I've said is so valid. I'm confused about how I've copied and pasted. I'm just gonna take it back. Rewind. If wanting to improve your appearance is perfectly normal, when does it stop being healthy? The answer often lies in one simple distinction. Confidence comes from knowing your worth. Comparison comes from believing your worth depends on someone else's appearance. At first, those two ideas can look almost identical, but psychologically, they're worlds apart. Let's explore why. When we're looking at self-esteem is how we value ourselves. Notice that I didn't say how attractive we think we are. Your appearance can influence your confidence, but it shouldn't define your value. Healthy self-esteem is built on many different pillars. Your character, your relationships, your abilities, your values, your achievements, your kindness, your resilience. Appearance is only one small piece of a much bigger picture. The stronger those other pillars become, the less your confidence depends on having the perfect face or body. I feel like I love the fact that I've done this live. But I feel like I should actually just make it an actual video. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hop off the live and then I'm just gonna actually make this video. I'm gonna leave the live up here and then I'll record on my camera and see how it goes, potentially. Yep, I hope to post it ASAP. Okay. I feel like I want to do it in Afrikaans. And just in Afrikaans. Let me continue. Let me continue with the English. And then potentially do my live run-throughs in English, but then actually present the topics in Afrikaans. Like make the YouTube videos in Afrikaans. Because I feel like I love content creation in Afrikaans, but I also love it in English. So I don't know. It's a learning journey, guys. It's a learning journey. Okay. I feel like I also want to redo it, but not redo. Like, the initial idea I had, actually, this is alive. We are experimenting. I'm just gonna keep going. The initial idea that I had was essentially that I would be sitting here and I would have my pen and I'd be making little notes. So basically now we're looking at self-esteem. Oh, I do not like you. I do not like you, Mr. Pen. So here we're looking at self-esteem, but actually we've got this super cool Zoom. Oh, hold on. Okay. Because let's just make notes, right? Or do I do it? Is there a way for me to stop? Can I do that? Okay. Okay. And then, so then I would keep that there, right? And then I'm just lazy. Hello? Oh wait, that's not what I was supposed to do. Undo. Y'all. I'll delete again maybe. No, man. Okay. Where am I great? Okay, we're gonna be making notes over here. And hopefully it goes well, because at this point your girl is very much annoyed. Okay, I want to be at the top of this page. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So we're gonna look. This is at this point just me taking notes. Why?